Every year, thousands of Western men pack up their lives and move to Southeast Asia for retirement. They are chasing cheaper living costs, better weather, and honestly, a fresh start. But here's the problem. Most of them pick the wrong country. They watch a few YouTube videos, book a flight to Bangkok or Manila, and 6 months later they are either broke, frustrated, or on a plane back home. It is not because Southeast Asia does not work for retirement. It absolutely does. It is because they chose a country that did not match what they actually wanted. Thailand, the Philippines, and Vietnam are the three heavyweights for Western retirees in this region. On the surface, they look similar. Tropical weather, affordable living, friendly locals. Spend real time in each country and you will realize they are completely different experiences. So, today we are doing a proper comparison, not the surface level stuff you have seen 100 times. We are going deep on cost of living, visas, healthcare, dating, food, expat communities, and infrastructure. By the end, you will know exactly which country fits your priorities. And look, there is a myth floating around that you need to be wealthy to retire in Asia. Maybe it was affordable 10 years ago, but now it is basically the same as living in Florida. That is just not true. Yes, costs have gone up. Yes, Bangkok is not as cheap as it was in 2010, but you can still live comfortably in any of these three countries on a budget that would barely cover rent in most American cities. The real question is not whether you can afford to retire here. It is which country gives you the life you actually want. Let us start with the quick overview of each country, then we will go head-to-head on the categories that matter. Thailand is the grandfather of Southeast Asian retirement destinations. When people think of retiring abroad, Thailand is usually the first country that comes to mind, and there is a reason for that. Bangkok is the beating heart, a massive city with world-class hospitals, international restaurants, and every convenience you could want. It can be overwhelming for some retirees, and others love the energy. Chiang Mai up north is the digital nomad and retiree favorite, with a slower pace, surrounded by mountains, an incredible food scene, and significantly cheaper than Bangkok. Pattaya gets a certain reputation, and look, it has earned it. But it also has a massive expat community, great beaches nearby, and everything is set up for Western lifestyles. Phuket is the island option, more expensive, but you are living the beach life. Hua Hin is the quieter beach town that Thai families actually vacation in, less touristy and more authentic. Thailand has the most developed infrastructure for expats. English menus are common. Western grocery stores are easy to find. Hospitals that rival anything in the United States are available. The Thai people are famously friendly, and the culture around service is second to none. You feel taken care of here. The downside? Thailand has gotten more expensive over the past 5 years, and the visa situation, while workable, has gotten more complex. Authorities have been cracking down on long-term tourists, and the retirement visa has specific requirements we will get into later. The Philippines is different. Right from the moment you land, you notice it. English is everywhere. Not tourist English, but real fluent English. The Philippines was an American colony, and English is one of the official languages. For retirees who do not want to learn a new language, this is massive. You can handle banking, legal documents, and doctor visits all in English without a translator. Manila is chaotic. There is no sugarcoating it. Traffic is brutal, infrastructure is patchy, and it is not where most retirees want to be long-term. But Cebu is a different story. It has that island vibe while still having modern hospitals and shopping malls. Davao in the south is known for being one of the safest cities in the country, with a strong local government that keeps things clean. Dumaguete is the university town with a laid-back atmosphere that attracts retirees who want quiet. Angeles City, like Pattaya in Thailand, has a certain reputation but also a well-established expat scene. The Philippines is also the most affordable of the three countries we are discussing today. Your money stretches further here than almost anywhere else in the region, And the SRRV retirement visa is one of the most straightforward long-term visa options in all of Southeast Asia. The downside: infrastructure is genuinely lacking in many areas. Internet can be spotty. Power outages happen. Healthcare is good in major cities but drops off quickly outside them. And the weather includes a serious typhoon season that disrupts life for several months a year. Vietnam is the dark horse in this comparison. For decades, Vietnam was not really on the retirement radar. It was a travel destination, sure. Backpackers loved it. But for long-term retirement, not so much. That is changing fast. Ho Chi Minh City, still called Saigon by most locals and expats, is the economic engine of Vietnam. It is loud, it is busy, and it has an energy that either excites you or exhausts you. Da Nang has become the darling of the expat community, a beachfront city with modern infrastructure that has grown incredibly fast. Hanoi up north is the cultural capital, more traditional, with distinct seasons and a different vibe entirely. Anh Trang is the beach resort town popular with Russian tourists and increasingly with Western retirees. And Hoi An is the charming ancient town that people fall in love with on their first visit. Vietnam has the fastest growing economy in the region. You can feel the momentum. The cities are transforming year by year. Infrastructure is improving rapidly, and the cost of living is still remarkably low for what you get. The downside? Vietnam does not have a real retirement visa. That is the elephant in the room. Most long-term expats do visa runs every few months, or they use business visas. It works, but it is not as clean or as stable as what Thailand and the Philippines offer. If visa security is your top priority, Vietnam will make you work for it. Now let's go head-to-head on the categories that actually matter for your daily life. Cost of living. This is where everyone wants to start, so let's get into real numbers. In Thailand, a comfortable retirement budget in Chiang Mai runs about $1,500 to $2,000 a month. That gets you a modern one-bedroom apartment, eating out regularly, occasional travel, and covering all your basics. Bangkok and Phuket are more expensive, closer to $2,000 to $3,000 for the same lifestyle. Pattaya and Hua Hin fall somewhere in between. In the Philippines, you can live well on $1,200 to $1,500 a month in cities like Cebu, Dumaguete, or Davao. Manila is more expensive, closer to Thai prices, but outside the capital, your money goes significantly further. Rent is the big difference. A nice apartment that costs $800 in Bangkok might cost $400 in Cebu. Vietnam offers the best value for modern infrastructure. In Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh City, $1,500 gives you an excellent lifestyle. A clean apartment, eating out for most meals, motorbike rental, gym membership, and entertainment. You can absolutely live on $1,000 if you are budget conscious, and you will not feel like you are roughing it. The myth that you need to be rich is completely busted. In any of these countries, $2,000 a month puts you in the comfortable category. Not extravagant, but wanting for nothing. And in the Philippines and Vietnam, you can go lower and still live well. Now here's what these budgets actually look like, broken down. Rent is your biggest variable. In Chiang Mai, a modern one-bedroom apartment runs $400 to $600. In central Bangkok, double that. In Cebu or Davao, $300 to $400 gets you something nice. In Da Nang, $400 gets you a sea view apartment that would cost 3 times that in any Western city. Food is where Southeast Asia really shines. If you are eating local food at local restaurants and street stalls, you can eat 3 meals a day for $10 to $15 total. That is not being cheap. That is just normal life for most people here. Add in Western restaurants, nicer cafes, and imported groceries, and your food budget might hit $500 a month if you are going out regularly. Utilities are cheap across the board. Electric is your main expense, especially if you are running air conditioning all day, and that varies from $50 to $150 depending on usage and location. Internet is fast and cheap, around $20 to $40 monthly for solid speeds. A gym membership runs $30 to $50. Entertainment and social life depend on your lifestyle. A beer at a local bar costs $1 to $2. A beer at an expat bar costs $3 to $5. Going out regularly adds up, but nothing like Western prices. A good night out might cost you $50 instead of $200 back home. Now let us talk visas. This is where people get confused, so let me break it down simply. Thailand offers a dedicated retirement visa called the OA visa for anyone over 50. You need to prove either 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account, that's roughly $22,000, or show income of 65,000 baht per month, around $1,800. You also need health insurance. The visa is valid for 1 year and renewable. It's paperwork, but it's doable. If you don't want to deal with the requirements, Thailand also has the elite visa. This is essentially a paid visa program. You pay around $20,000 for a 5-year visa, or higher amounts for longer terms and more perks. Some people hate the idea of paying for a visa. Others see it as the most convenient option with zero hassle. The Philippines has the SRRV, Special Resident Retirees Visa. For retirees over 50, you deposit $20,000 in a Philippine bank and you get permanent residency. That deposit can later be used to buy property or invest. If you're over 35, the deposit amount is higher, but it's still one of the most straightforward residency pathways in the world. Once you have it, you're set indefinitely. Vietnam is the tricky one. There is no retirement visa. Most long-term expats use a combination of tourist visas, business visas, or visa exemptions that require leaving the country every few months. It is manageable, but it is not secure in the same way Thailand and the Philippines visas are. There have been rumors of Vietnam introducing better long-term visa options for years, but as of 2026, nothing concrete has materialized. The reality is that thousands of retirees make Vietnam work despite the visa situation. The most common approach is the business visa through a local agent, which costs around $500 to $1,000 annually and allows you to stay continuously. Some people prefer doing visa runs to Cambodia or Laos every 3 months, turning it into a mini vacation. It requires more attention than Thailand or the Philippines, but for people who love Vietnam, they accept this trade-off willingly. The myth that visas are impossible is busted. The Philippines makes it genuinely easy. Thailand has clear pathways if you meet the requirements. Vietnam requires more effort, but thousands of expats make it work. Healthcare is the category that matters more as we get older. Let's be real about that. Thailand has world-class healthcare. Bangkok hospitals like Bumrungrad and Bangkok Hospital are medical tourism destinations with doctors trained in the West, English-speaking staff, and modern equipment. Many retirees find the healthcare in Thailand superior to what they experience back home. Chiang Mai has excellent hospitals too. Pattaya and Phuket have good options. Even smaller cities have decent care. The Philippines has good healthcare in Manila and Cebu. St. Luke's and Makati Medical Center are excellent facilities. Outside the major cities, quality drops significantly. If you are retiring in Dumaguete or Davao, you would probably travel to Cebu or Manila for anything serious. Healthcare costs are lower than Thailand, but so is the ceiling of what is available. Vietnam has been rapidly improving. Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi have quality hospitals, and Da Nang is catching up fast. Costs are significantly lower than Thailand for comparable procedures. The gap in quality is shrinking every year as Vietnam invests heavily in healthcare infrastructure. For routine care, Vietnam is excellent. For complex procedures, many expats still prefer Thailand. All 3 countries offer health insurance options for expats. Costs depend on your age and coverage level, but expect to pay between $100 to $300 per month for decent coverage in your 60s. Now let's talk about what everyone's thinking, but not everyone wants to say out loud. The social scene. Let's be honest. For many single men, this is a real factor in choosing where to retire. Pretending it is not would be ignoring reality. There is nothing wrong with wanting companionship, whether that is casual dating or finding a long-term partner. Thailand has the most established scene. Pattaya and Bangkok are famous for it, but even in cities like Chiang Mai, meeting people is straightforward. Thai women are generally open to dating Western men, and the culture around relationships with foreigners is normalized.
There is also a large community of married expats whose Thai wives become part of their social circle.
The range of relationships you will see is broad. Some men find genuine, loving partnerships. Others get into situations that are more transactional. Both exist openly, and Thailand is fairly non-judgmental about any of it. The Philippines is similar, but with cultural differences. Filipinas tend to be more family-oriented from the start. Relationships move faster toward commitment. There is less of a casual scene and more of a marriage-oriented culture. Family involvement is intense. If you date a Filipina seriously, you are dating her family too. For men looking for a serious relationship who appreciate close family bonds, many find the Philippines more aligned with what they want. The English fluency also makes communication much easier from day one. Vietnam is different again. The dating scene exists, especially in the bigger cities, but it is less established for Western expats. Vietnamese culture is more traditional. Families are heavily involved in relationship decisions. There is less of a well-worn path for Western men, which means relationships require more genuine effort to build connections. Some men find this refreshing after the more transactional elements that can appear in Thailand. For others looking for convenience and an established scene, Thailand or the Philippines are easier. Beyond dating, expat social communities matter too. Thailand has the largest and most established expat community. Chiang Mai alone has thousands of long-term expats, with clubs, meetup groups, and social activities for every interest. You can find your people quickly. The downside is that some expat communities can feel insular or negative. The Philippines has strong expat communities in Cebu, Dumaguete, and Angeles City. The vibe tends to be more tight, NIT, because the overall numbers are smaller. People look out for each other more. Vietnam's expat community is growing, but still smaller. Da Nang has become a hub, and Ho Chi Minh City has a substantial community. If community is your priority, Thailand offers the most options by far. Food and lifestyle shape your everyday experience more than most people realize. Thai food is legendary. The variety is incredible, and it is famously delicious. Thai restaurants are everywhere in the West for a reason. You can eat amazing food for $2 or $3 a meal at street stalls, or spend more at nicer restaurants. Western food is widely available in tourist areas, and supermarkets stock imported goods. The street food culture is safe, clean, and part of daily life. You will find yourself eating better in Thailand than you probably did back home, simply because options are everywhere and quality is high. Filipino food gets less international praise, but it has its fans. Lots of meat, lots of rice, and heavy influences from Spanish and American cuisine. Lechon, adobo, sinigang. The flavors are simpler and less complex than Thai food. Western food is easy to find, especially American chains and familiar options. For some retirees, that familiarity is actually a plus. You can get a proper burger, real bacon, and comfort food without hunting for it. The Filipino palate is closer to Western tastes than Thai or Vietnamese. Vietnamese food is fresh, light, and healthy. Pho, banh mi, fresh spring rolls. The emphasis on herbs and vegetables makes it easy to eat well. Many retirees find they naturally lose weight in Vietnam just because the food is less heavy. Street food culture is incredible, and the coffee scene is world-class. Vietnamese coffee, iced with condensed milk or as traditional egg coffee in Hanoi, becomes an addiction fast. Western options are available in cities but less prevalent than in Thailand. You may need to cook more or seek out specific restaurants if Western food is important to you. For lifestyle infrastructure, Thailand leads again. Modern malls, co-working spaces, gyms, international schools, all the conveniences of modern life. Internet is fast and reliable almost everywhere. You can get same-day delivery on almost anything. Banking apps work smoothly. Transportation options range from cheap tuk-tuks to grab cars to the Bangkok BTS train system. If you need something, it is available. Thailand makes daily life easy. The Philippines lags in infrastructure. Internet is improving, but still frustrating in many areas. Traffic in cities like Manila and Cebu is genuinely bad, some of the worst in Asia. Power stability varies, and you will want a backup for important electronics. Getting around is cheaper than Thailand, but less convenient. You trade these inconveniences for lower costs and the English advantage. For some retirees, the trade-off is worth it. For others used to efficiency, it grates on them over time. Vietnam is catching up fast. Internet speeds in cities are excellent, often faster than what you had in America. Motorbike culture dominates transportation, which is either liberating or terrifying, depending on your comfort level. The Grab app works great for cars when you do not want to navigate traffic yourself. Modern malls and supermarkets are increasingly common in cities like Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City. The inconvenience gap with Thailand shrinks every year as Vietnam pours money into development. So after all of that, who wins? Here's my take, broken down by what you actually prioritize. If your priority is stretching your budget as far as possible, the Philippines wins. Your retirement funds go furthest there. The Special Resident Retiree Visa makes visa stress minimal. The trade-off is infrastructure, and you will deal with occasional frustrations. But for pure value, nothing beats it. If your priority is lifestyle, social life, and convenience, Thailand wins. The infrastructure is superior. The expat community is massive. Everything is set up for Western retirees. You pay more for it, but you get more too. For most people retiring to Southeast Asia for the first time, Thailand remains the default choice for good reason. If your priority is healthcare and medical access, Thailand wins again. The hospitals are simply world-class. If you have ongoing health concerns or want the best medical safety net, Bangkok or Chiang Mai should be on your short list. If your priority is long-term visa stability with minimal hassle, the Philippines wins. The Special Resident Retiree Visa is the gold standard for straightforward residency. Deposit the money, get permanent residency, done. If you want the best combination of modern amenities, value, and emerging opportunity, Vietnam is worth serious consideration. Da Nang specifically offers a remarkable lifestyle at a price point lower than Thailand. The visa situation is the main drawback, but if you are comfortable with visa runs or working with a business visa arrangement, Vietnam delivers excellent quality of life. And for most retirees looking at the overall package, if I had to pick one country for the average Western retiree in 2026, it would still be Thailand. Not because it is the cheapest or has the easiest visa, but because it has the highest floor. The worst-case scenario in Thailand is still a very good life. The infrastructure catches you. The healthcare is there when you need it. The community exists. The experience of retiring there is well documented and predictable. That said, I have seen plenty of people who visited all three countries and fell in love with the Philippines or Vietnam despite their downsides. Sometimes a country just clicks with you in a way no comparison video can predict. The person who loves the chaos and warmth of Manila would hate the organized calm of Chiang Mai. The person who craves the peaceful beaches of Da Nang would feel bored in bustling Bangkok. My real advice? If you are seriously considering Southeast Asia for retirement, visit all three countries before committing. Spend at least 2 weeks in each in different cities at different times of year if possible. Do not just do the tourist highlights. Walk around neighborhoods where expats actually live. Eat at the local restaurants. Talk to retirees who have been there 5 or 10 years, not just the fresh arrivals still in honeymoon phase. Get a feel for the daily rhythm of life. The right country reveals itself when you stop planning and start living there, even temporarily. But here's the thing. The best country for you depends on you. Your budget, your health situation, your relationship goals, your tolerance for inconvenience, your sense of adventure. The right choice is the one that matches your priorities. And now you have the information to make that choice. If you found this helpful, I cover Southeast Asia retirement topics every week. Hit subscribe if you want more honest breakdowns like this one. If you are trying to decide between specific cities rather than countries, I have a video on that topic coming up soon.